When you know what you have, this Zoe, write this down. Especially I need for some parent to write this down, maybe some teacher, administrator, and give it to the children. You refuse to lower the bar because it's easier, it's non-threatening, or because others are doing it. How many of us came from families when we tried to compare what went on in somebody else's house with what was going on in our house? And they would give us that stern warning, I'm not so-and-so's mama. I'm not so-and-so's daddy. In this house right here, how many folk know about that lecture? In the Johnson house, we do such and such over here. I can't run that house. And see, brothers and sisters, sometimes, even in our childhood, we tried to lower the standards by comparing ourselves with what was going on somewhere else. But when you really know what you have, you don't lower that bar, because we come from a God of excellence. We come from a people of excellence. It took an excellent people to be able to not have much education, but to sell sweet potato pies and ice cream and to sell chicken dinner so that what we know as Tuskegee University could be built. It took an excellent people who didn't have a whole lot of learning or a whole lot of money to start a school in a church house down in Atlanta, Georgia. One would become Morehouse and the other one would become Spelman, because we came from an excellent people. How many folk know what I'm talking about? Don't lower the bar so that you don't intimidate somebody else. Sometimes your spirit of excellence is what spurs others on. And see, brothers and sisters, I was listening to a recent interview by Gladys Knight, and I did not know that Gladys Knight used to be the opening act. She and the Pips were the opening act for Diana Ross and the Supremes. And Diana Ross got mad because Gladys Knight was getting more accolades. The people were responding more. So Diana Ross called Barry Gordy. Y'all know that story, amen. And she told on Gladys Knight. And Barry Gordy came and told Gladys to tone it down, because she was making Diana look bad. And Gladys said, I told her, Mr. Gordy, if I can't sing the way I know how to sing, you need to put me on the road by myself. She said, because I refuse to hold back from what I got. She said, Diana gets her time, but I'm going to get my time. See, brothers and sisters, sometimes you've got to shine anyway, even when others feel threatened by the shine you have. Because you ain't got to defend yourself. If God has anointed you to do something, if God has equipped you to do something, if God has put something in you, let God handle all that other stuff. But don't you lay back because you don't want anybody to be intimidated or threatened. See, God put greatness in you so you could be great. Daniel 6:3 says, then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and the princes. This is the reason why he was preferred. Wasn't because he had a whole lot of money. Wasn't because he had a whole lot of degrees. But he had an excellent spirit in him. And see, brothers and sisters, that's good news. Because see, how many folks know sometimes the excellent spirit gets you the promotion on the job? Sometimes it's the excellent spirit that lets you take the exam over again. See, sometimes it's the excellent spirit that creates opportunities that other things that you got going on can't do. And see, brothers and sisters, you remember what you come from when you didn't come from a lot of money. How many folk can testify? You didn't come from a lot of money. You didn't come from a lot of material things, but you came from an excellent spirit household where they had expectations that you do better than they did.